Dr. John Gottman identified the four communication styles within a relationship that generally signal that that relationship is headed towards an apocalypse. These four communication styles he labels the Four Horsemen, and they basically are contempt, criticism, defensiveness, and stonewalling. These four communication styles, if found within a marriage or in an interpersonal relationship, generally signal that that relationship is headed towards the wrong direction. Well, I also believe that this applies to work relationships that leaders and teams might find themselves engaging in. That if as a leader you find that your team is engaging in criticism, contempt, defensiveness, or stonewalling, that's generally a sign that your team might be headed towards the apocalypse. And so, as a leader, in order to prevent that destruction from happening, you have to encourage your team to not engage in these four communication styles. If they're inclined to engage in criticism, you need to tell them, listen, let's have a gentle startup. Rather than telling the person what they did wrong, why don't you start by describing how their behavior made you feel? If someone's engaging in contempt, what you want to do is you want to build a culture of appreciation. If someone is engaging in defensiveness, you want them to take responsibility, but then lead with curiosity. Inquire about why the other person is feeling the way that they are feeling, rather than trying to be defensive about whatever they're approaching you with. And then lastly, if you find that someone on your team is engaged in stonewalling, encourage them to take a break. Tell them that you don't have to respond to every request as soon as it comes to you, but you can say, you know what, give me a moment, let me get grounded, and I'll get right back with you. These four communication styles, criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling, are an indicator that your team is headed in the wrong direction. And so as a leader, do everything that you can not to just turn a blind eye to this level of communication, but rather to turn them around to engage in healthy communication styles that will lead to productivity, increased levels of engagement, and higher levels of collaboration.